This video is related to the set interface. Let's see the at first the hierarchy in the just 1 minute. Let me to create a comment. Now in the top of the hierarchy of collection there is iterable. After iterable the child interface is collection, and collection has different child classes as like list, queue and set. These all are the child interface of collection interface. So in this video I will discuss about the set, what is set and what is the behavior of set. Now in the set hierarchy, the set is the in the set hierarchy I am discussing about the set only. In the set hierarchy the child class is sorry child class is has set and has set child class is linked has set. This is the child class has set it. This is the parent, this is the child class, and this is also the child class. And set interface has two child class. As it has a first child class as has set, the another will be the another will be the interface sorted set. Let me to keep it in the middle. Here this is set is a interface. Set interface implemented class is hasset, and hasset implemented class is linked hasset. And set has one interface known as sorted set, and sorted set child class is navigable set. And the implemented class of navigable set is tree set. In tree set we will discuss about the comparable and comparator. Now let me to start from the top of the hierarchy, hash set. The first topic is hash set. Now let's start hash set. What is hash set? In the hash set, it is a as like in the collection we can store heterogeneous types of elements. Heterogeneous elements are allowed. Heterogeneous allowed. We can store heterogeneous type of element, as like we want to store integer or string or different types of my object. We can do with the help of hash set. And here null insertion is allowed. The main advantage that differ set from the other collections, that set never accept the duplicate elements. Just remember, in the hash set duplicates are not allowed. It means once we enter a value, if we enter the same value second time, then it will not allow it. Let me to show it. Hash set hs is equal to new hash set. Let me to write this, and just remove this. I don't need generics here. Now if I write hs dot add, and I want to add just let me to add a value Suraj. Okay, now let me to add two more times the same value, and when I am printing sys out hs, you can see how many values I get. I get only one value, but I have inserted three values. But I get only one value as my output, because in the hash set duplicates are not allowed. That's why it never allow me to insert any duplicates element in the hash set. This is the main advantage of set interface. In the set interface duplicates are not allowed. Just remember this thing. We can insert null value in the hash set, but only one null is allowed, because as we know that hash set doesn't allow duplicates. As like I am writing hs dot add, I want to add null values, because any class default value is null by default. Whether it is a string class or integer or any employee class or any object class, the default value is null. If I am inserting null, then you can see we will get only one null value. This is the behavior of set interface. I am not discussing about the hash set. I am discussing about the set interface. In the set interface, any implemented class, only the difference is duplicates are not allowed. This is the major advantage of set interface, that duplicates are not allowed. Now in the hash set, hash set implement all the, I am not telling about the set, all the classes, as like here hash set or linked hash set or tree set. There is three class. There is only three class in the set interface. Others are, these two are sorted set and navigable sets are interface, not a class. There is only three class in the set interface. First is hash set, second is linked hash set, and third is tree set. Just remember this thing. In the first, as like I have told you, iterable, collection, list, set, these all are the interface. If there is interface, there must be some abstract method in the interface. Those abstract method is implemented in hash set, those abstract method is implemented in linked hash set, and those methods are implemented in tree set. That's why these are known as the implemented class. Now in all the classes, implemented classes, hash set, whether hash set or linked hash set or tree set, all allow serializable and clonable. Serializable and clonable. It means that we can serialize our data as according to as we want to store the data in our file. We can do with the help of serializable, and we can make the clone of the object. That's why it implements serializable and clonable. Now let me to discuss something more about the, now the second term is, let me to discuss about the constructor. Basically in the hash set, if I am discussing about the hash set, in the hash set it use what it use, it use the hashing algorithm. Hash set, I am discussing about the hash set. Hash set, it uses hashing algorithm. Hashing algorithm. This year is 2024. Till this year, till 2024, till now, I am discussing about now. Till now, the best technique to search any value, the best technique, it is the best technique to search any value from our file. If we want to perform any searching operation, then we must go for the hash set, hashing, because hashing is much powerful as compared to any other. Till I am discussing about 2024, till 2024, hashing is the best technique to retrieve the data. So that's why the time complexity, if you want to add or insert or delete, the time complexity of big O of 0. Got it? This is big O of 0. It means it is the best for retrieval purpose, so that if we want to retrieve any data, then it immediately give us the data. It doesn't take much time to fetch the data or to select the data, that where the data will be inserted. That's why it is the best technique to search the data. And hash set is using the hashing algorithm. That's why hash set is best for fetching the data. If we want to retrieve the data from different things, as like there are some data. This is my data. If we want to fetch my data, then immediately it can fetch my data just in a second. That's why it is the powerful technique. Hashing algorithm is the powerful technique to fetch the data till now. Now what is hashing? Let me to discuss about hashing algorithm. What is hashing algorithm? By default, if we want to use except hash table, except hash table, all the set implemented class default initial capacity is 16. Hash set, I'm discussing about the hash set. Default initial capacity is 16. So it means that 16 block will be created starting from 0, 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, then 5, then 6, then 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. These types of 16 blocks will be created at the first. When I am writing here hash set is equal to new hash set, when I am writing this line, 16 block will be created, 0 to 15. And let's say I don't want to add this stops. Let me to add hs dot add, I want to add 12. hs dot add, I want to add 4. hs dot add, just adds anything. I want to add 7. Then hs dot add, I want to add 11. Then hs dot add 32. मजा आ रहा है यार छोड़ो. Now I have added some data in the HashSet. This is my HashSet. Now the advantage in this, how it will fetch the data in just in a second. How it will fetch when I am writing HashSet hs add of 12, it will be inserted. Then when I am adding 12, then it will take 12 modulus 16. What is the 12 modulus 16? It is equal to 12. The reminder is that's why in the 12th block, what was the value? 12. In the 12th block, 12 value will be added. Now hs dot add of 4, that's why it take 4 modulus 16. What is 4 modulus 16? It is 4. So the 4 will be inserted in the 4th block. So 4 will be inserted here. 4 will be inserted in the 4th block. Then I have taken 7. Then 7 modulus 16. The remainder will be 7. So it will be stored in the 7th block. So 7 will be stored in the 7th block. Now 11. Let me to increase the value so that you can get much clarity. I am adding here 21. And here I am adding 17. Let's say that 17. Then 17 modulus 16, it will be 1. So 17 modulus 16, it will be 1. So here 17 will be inserted. Got it? 17 will be inserted. Remove 7 because I am not adding any 7 value. There is no 7 value. I have replaced with 17. Now 21. You have to tell me that 21 will be filled in which block? What will be the remainder? Remainder will be 5. So it will be stored in the 5th block. Where is 5th block? So 21 will store here. Got it? How the HashSet is storing the data. Now 32 modulus 16. What is 32 modulus 16? It's 0. 16 into 2, 32. That's why it will be stored in this place. Got it? Let me to. So 32 will be at index 0. Then 17 will be at index 2. No, it will be at index 1. Let me to. Yeah, it will be in index 1. 17 will be index in index 1 because 17 modulus 16. The remainder will be 1. So it will be in the first block. Then 4 modulus 16, the remainder itself will be 4, that's why it in the 4th block. Then 21, then 16 modulus 21, it will be 5, so it will be stored in the 5th block. Then 12 modulus 16, it will be 12 in the 12th block. So you can see the data here. The output is 32, 17, 4, 21 and 12. Just see, I have also written the same thing. That's how the hash table is storing the data. As like I want to add some more data. Let's say I am adding hs dot add 45. I want to add 45. hs dot add 110. Let's say I want to add 110. We can store any number. So now let's say you have to tell that 45 will be stored in which block and 110 will be in which block and what will be the output. You have to tell me. Just pause the video and tell me. Now after the video I am telling you 45 modulus 16. What will be the remainder? 48 modulus 16 will be 0. It is less than 3. Then 15, 14, 30. So according to me it's 13, 32. It's 13. Now 13. So it will be 45 will be stored in 13th block. Where is 13th block? here is 13th block, so 45 will be stored in the 13th block. Now 110 modulus 16 696, so remainder will be 14, so it will be stored in the 14th block. So 110, it will be stored in the 14th block. Got it? So you can see the output 32, 17, 4, 21. This is the output. That's how we can guess the output. You can see 32, 17, 14, 21, 45 and 110. Let's say I want to store one more value. hs dot add 101. If I want to store 101, then in which place it will go? 101 modulus 16. If I take 101 modulus 16, the remainder will be 5. So it will be placed in the 5th block. Now you can see 21 is already there. This is known as hash collision. In the hash collision, in the 5th block, there was 21 already there. But now here I have added 101. It is also in the 5th block. You can see 21 in the 5th block and 101 in the 5th block. This is known as the hash collision, that the both value are going to store in the same block. Now it will check whether 45 is equal to 101. If it is equal, in the, as I have already told you that it is a set, so set never accept the duplicate. If it is equal, then just ignore one value. Let's say let me to change it 45 at first. If I have changed 45, then this is also 5 and this is also 45. Sorry, this is not 45. Let me to change how, where the modulus was 21. Sorry, 21. I have added 21 modulus 5 and here 21 modulus 5. At first it will check that whether the given value is same, 21. If it is same, then it never accept the duplicate, so this will be removed automatically. But I have added here 101. 101 is not equal to 21. That's why this is known as the hash collision. So because here 21 also want to add at the 5th and here 101 is also wanted to add in the 5th, then there will be a panga, ladai jhagda. So who will be inserted? So at the first 21 is already there. After that a new linked list will be created and then we can store 101 here. We can store 101 here in the 5th block. Got it? That's how the block is executing. Here in the 5th block, at first 21 was there. Then we have added 101. When we added 101, it is hash collision and at first 21 will be there and a new linked list will be created and in the linked list 101 will be stored. Because as we know, the linked list use nodes. Nodes means address of previous data. We can store the address of previous data. It is used for the linking purpose. So we are linking with the help of node. That's why it is stored in the linked hash node. Because we know that linked list is best for insertion and deletion. If we are disturbing 5th block, if we are disturbing the 5th block and store the data in the 6th block, then all other will be disturbed. That's why we are storing data in the same block but in the new linked list. Got it? Here we are inserting 101 on for the insertion and deletion. Has linked list is best. That's why we are using the linked list. Got it? Now you can check the output. Here 21 is there, then after 101, then 12, then 45, then 10. That's how the linked list HashSet is working. You got the basic idea. Now let me to discuss something more about the linked. There are some constructor. Let me to define all the constructor. You got the idea that how HashSet is working. Now there is basically four constructor of HashSet. This is the first constructor. It will create a empty hash set with initial capacity 16. 16 initial 16 initial capacity. This is the initial capacity. Now let me to copy. I don't want to write all these things. Now in the hash set 1, let's say I am naming it hash set 1 and I want to name it hash set 2. Now in the second we can enter our own initial capacity. This is my initial capacity 16. We want to change my initial capacity to 16. I am ordering the hash set that I don't want your 16. I don't want your 16 value because I want some bigger value. That's why 100 size hash set will be created. Here the what will be the size? 0 to 99. Got it? This is the second constructor. We can initialize our own capacity. This is the second. Now the third is let me to copy this. Let me to copy this. Just wait. This is the third. Now in the third we can initialize our fill ratio. We can initialize our fill ratio. That what is fill ratio? Here the default initial capacity is 16 and default fill ratio is 0.75. This is the default fill ratio. Here fill ratio will be there. What is fill ratio? Let me to discuss this. Fill ratio. The default fill ratio is 0.75. In 0.75 is also known as 75%. It means when the 75% of data of hash set will be full, then a new hash set will be created of double size. Got it? It means here you can see how many data we can store at the initial capacity is 16. Here the initial capacity is 16. So if we want default initial capacity is 16 and the fill ratio is 0.75. So if we insert 0.75 into 16, then just remove this. So 75 by 100, then this will be 3, this will be 4, then 4 into 3, total how much? This will be total 12. 0.75, just to wait here. 0.75 into 16 is 12. So it means when we added 12 element here, then a new hash set will be created. Here the initial capacity is 16. When we insert only 12 element, then a new hash set object will be created. After 12, we can insert 12 value. It's not a big deal. But when we try to insert the 13th element, then the new hash set will be created. As the initial capacity is 16, we can store, but the fill ratio is 0.75. it means when the 75% is full, when 75% of hash set is full, create another hash set. So it will not stop that when the 16 element will be stored, then it will be incremented by double of its capacity. It will not work. It will not do. When the 12th element will be inserted, there is no problem. Then when the 13th element came, automatically it will be incremented. Got it? When 75% of hash set is full, create the another hash set of bigger size. Got it? This is the property, but this is by default. Here the initial capacity in the first constructor, initial capacity is same. In the second constructor, initial fill ratio is same, 0.75. Here we can provide our own initial ratio. That I am telling that when the 85% of hash set will be full, where the default capacity was 0.75, now I am changing when the when the 85% is full, then you can create the hash set according to our need. We can give the fill ratio, that if we want to if you don't want to you waste our if you don't want to waste our memory, then we can do it. Now the fourth constructor is hash set s4. Hash set s4 is equal to, here we can pass any collection object, collection C we can pass here. Let me to create a collect. I have to pass any value here. I am not passing here. Let me to pass array list L. It is giving the compilation error. Array list can't be resolved as a variable. It is not a variable. I have to pass any collection list. I have to pass any collection. That if I want to pass here sh1, it is not any problem. So we can store in one hash set. One hash set can store another hash set data. Got it? This is the power of this is the fourth constructor of hash set. Now let me to discuss about linked hash set. There is a little bit difference between hash set and linked hash set. If you get the hash set, then linked hash set is very easy for you. Linked hash set HS is equal to new linked spelling is wrong, linked hash set. Where is hash set? I don't want to write all this faltu things, that's why I am using this. This is linked hash set. So the difference between hash set and linked hash set, in the hash set we can't predict our output, as like I have already told you, it is stored in the form of bucket. That's how our data is working. Now in the hash set, let's say I am using the hash set at first. I'm explaining you with the help of hash set. Hash set HS is equal to new hash set. This is hash set. Now hs dot add, same I am explaining same the previous one. hs dot add, let's say I want to add no, I don't want to store the string value here. I want to store 11119 कर देते हैं, yeah, 119. hs dot add 231, hs dot add 16, sys out hs. If I am printing this hs, then we will get the random output 112, 16, 19. This order is not the order we have inserted. At first we have inserted 1112, so 1112 is there because we know, I have already discussed that here it will 122 modulus 16. The remainder will be 0. That's why it is in the first position. Now hs dot add 119. The second element is 119, but here it is 16. We can't predict the output in hash set. We can't predict. It will store in the form of bucket. Got it? That's why we are using the linked hash set. Got it? That's why we are using the linked hash set. Now you can see the order we are inserting the data, the same order we are getting the output. 1112 is there, 1112 is there. The second element we have inserted is 119. Here also it is 119. You can see the third element we have inserted 231. It is same as 231, and the has set 16, then the last element is 16. It will give the order that in which order we have inserted, the same order we will get the output. This is the difference between linked hash set and hash set. There is no any other difference. All the four constructor of hash set is same as the linked hash set. The linked hash set had same constructor as like the constructor of hash set. We have already discussed that there is four constructor of hash set. All the constructors are same. There is no any difference between hash set and linked hash set. The major difference between hash set and linked hash set is, in the hash set, I am just taking out the hash set. In the hash set, we can't predict the output, but in the linked hash set, we can predict the output. This is the major. Difference between the linked hash set and hash set. That's how the hash set is working. I am explaining once more in the quick manner so that you can summarize all these things. As like in the first of the collection hierarchy, there is iterable. Iterable child interface is collection interface, and collection interface child is list, set, and cube interface. Set is an interface. The major difference between linked set and cube is set never allowed a duplicate element. This is the main advantage. This is the main benefit of set. Now here hash set, linked hash set, and tree set are the implemented class, which all implement is serializable and clonable. Now hash set is using the hashing algorithm, and hashing algorithm is the fastest algorithm to retrieve our data. Got it? So I have discussed that how hashing algorithm work and what is the fill ratio. Now we can insert our fill ratio according to our need, but by default it is 0.75. But if you want to change or increase the fill ratio or initial capacity, we can do. Now hash set allow homogeneous elements and null insertion is allowed, but here only one null is allowed, because we have already discussed that set never allow duplicate elements. So only one null is allowed. If we insert more than one null, then only one null will be in the output. More than one null, it won't give the output, because add method return type is boolean. Add method, here the add method return type is boolean. It means it will give the output that whether this value has inserted or not. Let me just copy it, sys out. I am using sys out. As it is boolean type, we can print here. There is no any problem. If we print it here, then it will give the output as true. Just wait. Here it is giving the true because 16 is added in the set. Here 16 is added. That's why it is returning true. If we, this is the property. Now let's say I want to hs dot add same 16. If I am writing hs dot add 16, then it will give the value false, because duplicates are not allowed. Here duplicates are not allowed in the set. In the set, duplicates are not allowed. Here 16 is already there, but if we want to store another 16, then it won't allow to store it. It won't allow. That's why it is giving the false. Add method return type is boolean because it will only give that whether the element has inserted in the set or not, set or list or not, because add method is available in the collection, and collection child is list, set, and queue. So add method can be applicable in list, add method is applicable in the queue, and add method is applicable in the set. That's why we can use the add method in all of this. And add method return type is boolean because in the add method we can say that whether the element has inserted or not. If 16 is inserted here, then it will return true, but I am not printing here anything. That's why it is not giving any value. But here I have printed, that's why it is returning true or false. Here 16 is already there in the set, that's why here the value become false and it won't be inserted in our data. Here you can see only 16 is available. Thank you.